Hello everyone, this is Roshni Abhirami, a legal intern with LEXIS and Company. Today I'll be dealing with the topic of test identification period. Now let me make this term very clear of test identification period. What is a test identification period? We have all seen in the Indian cinemas or everywhere that there will be a witness who will be standing in a witness box, and there will be a set of accused standing in line, and the witness would say, yeah, this person is the person who committed the crime or who committed the murder, who who I saw running in that particular place or anything. Basically that is the test identification period, that is identifying the accused based upon the claims made by the witness. Basically this particular procedure happens when the witness has never seen the offender or the accused before, and he has seen the accused only during the commission of the crime. That is, if you let's imagine a scenario. So basically there is a murder in your society, okay, and you are walking on that particular road and you see this particular guy killing this person and running away. You have never seen this guy before and you just saw that person killing the other person and running away, okay. So you remember the guy who killed him, but you have never seen this guy before, and the police, suppose they have arrested 3-4 people with regards to this murder, and they have this person too. If you could give the police a particular idea on how tall this person is, how fat this person is this person, the skin tone of this particular person, and with all these details, if the police could arrest a accused, and if you could identify this particular accused as the person who committed the murder, it is called as a test identification period. So basically it is a procedure used to identify the accused in criminal cases before the court. The witness participation is very important in test identification period, because they are the people who have to testify in the court of law, and it is a witness's obligation to identify the accused during the period. So right now the purpose of this procedure is to see whether the witness can recognize the accused among the group of people, among the group of people that the police have arrested based on the facts that were provided by the witness, and this will demonstrate the witness's honesty in identifying the unknown individual in the context of the crime that has happened in the particular area. So where is this test identification period actually mentioned in the Indian legal system? Test identification period is given under section 9 of the Evidence Act of 1872 sorry, and section 54A of the Code of Criminal Procedure in 1973. Basically Code of Criminal Procedure providing you how the test identification period to be conducted, and the Evidence Act stating the test identification period to be a valid source of evidence in the particular court of law. So based upon section 54A of the Criminal Procedure Code, there are certain procedures that are provided under it. The first one being, or the major one being, when the witness notifies the officer in charge that he or she is wishing to identify the accused or the other people involved in the crime, the officer in charge will set up a test identification period. So basically if I see a murder being happened and I remember the guy's face who has committed the murder, I could go to the police officer and say that I can notify the police or help the police in finding the criminal, because I have seen that person beforehand, and a test identification period could be arranged by the district magistrate. So this is one thing, and to establish clear identical atmosphere to that in which the witness saw the accused, the officer in charge should ask the witness the following questions and record the answers in the case notebook. So basically if you see, if you could suppose there are so many people around, or suppose there is no one around, and that particular person was walking and the other person stabbed a knife into him. This was a particular scenario. So when you tell that to the police, the police could perform a particular skit in order to make sure that the same thing happened at that time, or were there any other people movement in that particular area, or was there any other thing, in order to make sure every single evidence is being captured by the police, and they have to record all that things that is being said by the witness themselves. Okay, that is one thing that happens in a test identification parade. And the officer in command shall always any other officer should be barred from actual test identification parade. So basically what the point is that the officer who is in command for this test identification parade, or the other police officer who are in aid to him, shall be barred from this test identification parade, because they could be under the influence of the particular accused or anything, so that they could be a bar to the evidence that it might be that has to be provided by the witness. So any other police officer who is not in command can be in charge of this test identification parade. Test identification parade will be started by the court magistrate. Court magistrate takes over a test identification parade, and in the non-availability of a judicial magistrate, 2 or more reputable members of the society, so on his behalf, can be appointed in order to conduct the particular test identification parade. But these 2 members should not have any link to any party of this particular case that is in hand. That is one thing. And following the arrest of an accused, the test identification should be held as soon as possible. So as soon as possible you have to conduct the test identification parade. You should not say, I was arrested, this person was arrested last year, I'll conduct the test identification period in the coming year. So you cannot say that. As soon as the person is arrested, within few months or few days, you have to conduct this particular test identification parade in order to prevent the corruption of evidences in hand. So when the test identification parade is about to happen, you have to inform the accused beforehand that we are going to take a test identification parade, and this might take this much time, and the particular witness will identify you and everything. This has to be mentioned by the police themselves and to the accused. So, and one more thing is that the witness or the witnesses should not even be kept in the eyesight of the particular accused, because they could communicate or send messages or signals to the witness stating that you shouldn't tell the police about me or anything. So at no time after the accused is being caught by the police, they can be led to talk to the witness anytime. So that is another thing. These are some of the very important procedures that are given under the criminal procedure code, Indian criminal procedure code, in order to conduct a test identification parade, and every single point of it, every single procedure of it has to be followed by the judicial magistrate or the commanding officer who is in charge of this particular test identification parade at the time of conducting this particular identification. So this is all about test identification parade. Hope you understood the concept, and if you have any other opinions, kindly drop it in the comment section. Thank you so much.